Hey, welcome to another segment of the Enhancement Talent. Aaron Cornish here, just by myself because I'm going to express my own opinion in this one. I'm going to express my own challenge in this one. And let me first talk about the wrestling business. See, the wrestling business is not in the best shape it's ever been. I'll admit that. I mean, you've got WWE that, yes, put out the network this year, but Vince McMahon lost a lot of money and is still making cost-cutting efforts to continue the business. You've got TNA, who may find itself without a TV deal in the matter of months here. Then you've also got Ring of Honor, who's trying, but still not making the strides that it wants to make. You've got new companies trying to make their footprint here in the U.S. market, like Global Force Wrestling and AAA, and who knows if that's going to work out or not. But right here in the Evansville metropolitan area, we have count them, five wrestling organizations, independent wrestling organizations, which in most cases would be great. The wrestling industry is thriving. But I will say this, that may be oversaturation in the Evansville market. But the reason there's so many is because of, obviously, egos and agendas, and we know that's what happens in the wrestling business. I will say this, I've worked for 4 out of the 5 wrestling companies here. I've been to all of their shows, and all of them have something to offer. But this week, I have seen more fighting on the internet and out in public and finger pointing and all kinds of stuff from these organizations. More than I've ever seen before. And let's face it, we're hurting the wrestling fan. I'm a wrestling fan at heart. I think we all are wrestling fans at heart. But not only do I cover the wrestling business, and not only am I a fan, but as I said, I've been part of the wrestling business actually over 10 years now. So, since I know none of the companies are going to reach out to each other, because, let's face it, that just doesn't happen, and it's hard to swallow pride sometimes. But 3 of them did great things this weekend. Great causes were helped by 3 organizations on the same night. But the wrestling fans were hurt because they had to choose where they wanted to go. So here's what I propose. Let me be the guy that kind of extends the olive branch. Let me be the guy that lets wrestling fans all over the Evansville area make their decision on who's the best. And let me bring together some of these people and stop the fighting and stop the bickering. Here's my challenge. Let's do it for a good cause. Let's bring all of you together. And the 5 I'm talking about are CCW, New Focus Wrestling, Strictly Insane Pro Wrestling, IWAU Adrenaline, and Vex Pro Wrestling. Okay, those are the 5. Give me your best match. Bring to me the best representation of who you are and your organization is. Let's put on one show. Let me put it together and let you guys show who's the best. Let's put aside the fighting and let's do it for a good cause. Let's do it for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, one of the greatest causes out there, okay? Let's put together this show. We'll have 5 matches, 1 from each organization, and maybe we'll throw in some other cool stuff too. But I believe this can happen. And maybe we can find a little peace and harmony and be good for the wrestling fans here in Evansville and do some good for the wrestling business and keep independent wrestling alive and not alienate fans here and there. Let's take the best from each organization and showcase it all in one place. What do you say? That's my challenge to the wrestling community here in the Evansville area. Will you accept the challenge? Please let me know. If we have interest, we can make this thing happen. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you for joining the Enhancement Talent.